Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the study squad, and this is the second part of the important wars. Okay, so we're gonna continue with this one now. Okay, so this part will have the important battles also. Important one, it will have the Mysore Wars, and then it will have the Maratha Wars, the Carnatic Wars, okay, and also the Sikh Wars. After these, you'll be done with everything. Just revise these again and again. That's it. Okay. So first one was the Anglo-Mysore Wars. So Anglo-Mysore Wars were fought, okay, between Hyder Ali and the East India Company. So there were typically 4 wars, okay, the first one, second, third and fourth. First 2 were fought by Hyder Ali, and the last 2 were fought by Tipu Sultan because Hyder Ali died, so Tipu Sultan took over. Tipu Sultan was the son of Hyder Ali here. Okay, important fact about Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali was not, born of royal blood, but Hyder Ali was a soldier that, he was part of the Mysore army, and just because of his skills and everything, he became the ruler. And that time Mysore was, they were ruled by some Hindu rulers, and they were known as the Vadgaoners, okay, which after Tipu Sultan died, English again placed the throne in their hands. Okay, so for the first Anglo-Mysore War, we have it was fought in 1767 to 69. Hyder Ali versus East India Company. It ended with the Treaty of Madras. So here the treaties are very important, but just not just important. It's very important here. Okay, here Hyder Ali was kind of winning. So East India Company is very, smart here. So they decided to call it off with the Treaty of Madras. The second war was fought in 1780 to 84. Okay? So this one, Hyder Ali versus the East India Company. Here it was not determined as in who was winning or who was losing here. Okay, and it ended with the Treaty of Mangalore. Okay, and then we had the third Mysore War. So here Tipu Sultan was in power here. So Tipu Sultan, one thing about him, he was not a supporter of English, but he was a supporter of French army. Okay, and because of his support towards them, that was one of the things that kind of mingled with the East India Company, and they just wanted to fight it against. They wanted to they wanted to have a monopoly, so they wanted to remove the French also. So Tipu Sultan supporting them was a threat to them. So therefore they had the fight here. So it was fought from the year 1789 to 92 here. Okay, and Tipu Sultan was the one who planted the Tree of Liberty. Okay, sorry. The Tree of Liberty. Okay, in Seringamapatnam. Okay, he did that. Okay, and he was very much influenced by the French Revolution and the French ideas also. Okay, and then they both fought, and then the war ended in the Treaty of Seringamapatnam. Seringamapatnam, the treaty, it was said that it was very disrespectful for Tipu Sultan. Therefore, in 1798, he went to another fight with the English. Okay, here it led to the death of Tipu Sultan, and English East India Company won. Okay, this is all that you want to know from this one. Okay, moving forward. These are some of the just notes from these wars, okay, or because it was not just one major war, but there were different wars because they happened for 2 years, 3 years. So there were kind of little battles that happened in between, so you should be knowing those battles also. They might just ask those. Okay, so during the first Anglo-Mysore War, there was a battle of Tirunamala, okay, that happened. Okay, and first Anglo-Mysore War ended with the Treaty of Madras. We already studied that. In the second Mysore War, there was a battle of Polipur. It was fought in the year 1780, and there was also a battle of Parangapitiya or Porto Novo. Okay, and it was conducted in the year 1781. Okay, and who was the Governor General? Sir Ayakut. Okay, and it ended with the Treaty of Mangalore here. Okay, and then a note here. Okay, Tipu Sultan wrote a military manual. Okay, that was known as Fatmul Maya Hidin. Okay, they might ask you, so I added it here. You'll find all the notes on the Telegram channel. Okay, the link will be placed in the description box. It's with the name of the study squad. Okay, the study squad for defense exams, and there's also a discussion group, okay, for defense exams. But this video will actually help for all who are preparing. It's not just based for defense exam aspirants. Okay, moving forward. Okay, before that, okay, I forgot one thing here. When you're studying these Anglo-Mysore wars, okay, one thing which we kind of forget, we just remember, okay, East India Company fought, but there were governor generals who were fighting for the East India Company. It was not East India Company as a whole fighting. Okay, so you should be remembering the governor generals during that time. Okay, the ones that fought the war for the East India Company. Okay, so during the first Anglo-Mysore war from the East India Company, it was Lord Versailles. Okay, it was Lord Versailles, okay, who fought the war representing the East India Company. The second one, we had Warren Hastings. Okay, Warren Hastings fought this war. Okay, then we had Tipu Sultan in this one, and for the third one we had Cornwallis, okay, who fought the war. And the last one we had Wellesley, Lord Wellesley. Wellesley was also known as the Mornington. Okay, this is important. This is one thing that most of you forget. Okay, he was also known as Mornington. So you could just put up a question as to who was also known as the Lord Mornington. So you should be knowing it was Lord Wellesley here. Here, all four of them, you should be knowing their names also along with that. You know, because the exam pattern is also becoming, and the type of questions is becoming a little bit hard. So you should be knowing them also. Okay. Moving forward, we completed this part. Okay, now we'll move to the Maratha clan. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Maratha clans here. Okay, so first one we had the Gaikwads of Baroda, then we have the Bhosles of Nagpur, then the Holkars of Indore, the Scindias of Gwalior, and the Peshwas of Pune. So there's one thing how I remember all of them is just little bit like HI high for Holkars of Indore, PP for Peshwas of Pune, GB the one that we have in as a storage unit. Okay, Gaikwads of Baroda, SG we have Scindias of Gwalior, and BN we have Bhosles of Nagpur. Just in case if they ask you, okay, Gaikwads belong to which kind of part of they were ruling which. Now we'll move forward with the Maratha wars here. Okay, so one thing that you should keep in mind while studying the Maratha wars was like the Maratha clan was powerful, okay, but they had conflicts amongst them. Okay, so that was one of the reasons that the East India Company took advantage of, and then they fought them, and they won the battles also. Okay, so the first Maratha war was fought in the year 1775 to 82, and it ended with the Treaty of Salbai. Okay, a lot of treaties were signed in the middle also that we'll study in the end. Okay, then the second battle was fought in the year 1803 to 05. Okay, and then the third battle was fought in the year 1817 to 19. Okay, I have not, there was no, final one treaty that was signed. There was different treaties signed with the East India Company and the different clans. Okay, so we'll study them. So for the first Anglo-Maratha war, the treaties that were associated. First one was the Treaty of Surat. It was between Raghunath Rao and the East India Company. We had the Treaty of Porbandar. We had the Treaty of Vadgaon. English surrendered in this one. Okay. And it finally ended with the Treaty of Salbai. Okay, important, all of them are related with the first Anglo-Maratha war. Okay, then the second Anglo-Maratha war, we have the associated treaties here. First one was the Treaty of Bassein. It was Bajirao II and the English East India Company. Okay, that was signed. Then when they defeated, okay, all the clans were eventually defeated, so they signed different treaties with the English East India Company. The first one, the Bhosles, when they got defeated, they signed the Treaty of Devgaon in the year 1803. Then we have Scindias, they signed the Treaty of Suragaon, okay, in 1803 as well. Then the Holkars, they had the Treaty of Rapurhat, okay, in 1806. Then we have the Third Anglo-Maratha War, and then the treaties associated with that. So for the Peshwas, we had the Treaty of Poona. It was signed in the year 1817. Then the Scindias, they signed the Treaty of Gwalior in the year 1817. Then for the Holkars, we had the Treaty of Mandsaur, okay, in 1818. So okay, these are also important, so remember them, okay, try to remember them. I don't have a trick for them especially, but you should be remembering them. If you read it twice, thrice, you'll get a hang of it. Okay, then we have the Carnatic Wars. So Carnatic Wars are the wars that were fought English East India Company and the French company here. Okay, so basically I'll just give you a little bit background as to why they started fighting. Firstly, they wanted, East India Company wanted their monopoly and French wanted theirs. But along with that, what happened, they started to interfere in the politics of India. This is what actually led to their fight, okay. They started to invade in the politics as to supporting different rulers, and they, like the East India Company supported different ruler and the French company supported different ruler. So just to support them, they also started fighting here, okay. So the first Carnatic battle, or also known as the Battle of Saint Thome, okay, it was in Madras, okay, the place was in Madras, and it was fought in the year 1740 to 48, okay, and it ended with the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, okay, important name of the treaty, important. Second Carnatic battle, it was fought in the year 1749 to 54, okay, and it ended with the Treaty of Pondicherry here, okay. And then we have the third Carnatic battle, okay, the Battle of Vandewash, or the last battle here, okay. It was fought in the year 1758 to 63, and it ended with the Peace Treaty of Paris, okay, and the treaty was signed in the year 1763 also, okay. You should remember the year also for this one, okay. And one more thing here, okay, the Governor Generals. Okay, so for the first one, from the French side, we had Joseph Francis Dupleix, okay, for the first one. And for the English side, we had, Major Stringer Lawrence, okay. And then for the second one, where for the French side we had Godeo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, okay, not very important here. And for the last one, from the English side, we had Sir AFCAT. Tell me where you heard it, okay, we just did it in this video only, okay, AFCAT. And for the French side, we had Count de Lally. Okay, so these are it. For the first one, for the French army, you should be knowing about Joseph Francis Dupleix, okay, he was famous, and you should be knowing this. He participated in the first Carnatic War. And Major Stringer Lawrence for the East India Company in the first one, okay. And for the last one, you should be knowing, okay. For the last one, we had Sir AFCAT from the English side, and from the French side, we had Count de Lally, okay. For this one, okay, for the Maratha ones, I forgot to tell you the governor here, okay. So for the first one, okay, for the first one, English East India Company, we had Warren Hastings. Okay, we had Warren Hastings as the Governor General, okay, representing the East India side, okay. And from the years also, you can, if you remember that, okay, Warren Hastings was the Governor General, or okay, for this long, so you'll know it. But just for revision, I'm telling you again here, okay. And for the second Anglo-Maratha War, we had Wellesley here, and the last one we had Hastings, okay. Moving forward, okay, so we completed this, and then we have the Sikh Wars. There were two sick wars, first and the second one. First one was held in the year 1845 to 46, okay, and it ended with the Treaty of Lahore, and Jammu and Kashmir was sold to Gulab Singh. Okay, so this is important. Okay, in the first Anglo-Sikh War. And then we have the second Anglo-Sikh War. It was held in the year 1848 to 49, and here Punjab was annexed. Okay, 3 battles were fought to annex Punjab here. Okay, you should, if you want to study, remember the 3 also, but you should remember this one firstly, the first ones, and the treaty that was signed. Along with that, J&K was sold to whom? Okay, was sold to Gulab Singh. So all these were the battles. Okay, I'll conclude here. Okay, they are important. Okay, make sure you revise all of them before your exam. Okay, don't panic, your exams are near, I know, but don't panic while giving the exams. You have prepared well and you're gonna do well. Okay, and if you want the PDF, you can get it from the Telegram channel. Okay, I'll upload it there. Make sure you like the video if you like the content, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section what all videos you want me to post. Okay, and a feedback. Thank you and all the best.